Hello everyone, Zelrant here, and I just noticed for Etheria Restart they dropped their second episode of Hyper Talk for their launch video. This, from what I understand, is going to break down all their feedback and changes they take into account from the beta, as well as other little things that'll be coming out for launch. Let's just go ahead and get right into it. They kind of just dropped this out of nowhere. So I was not expecting this at all. I mean, I just released a video not that long ago on it.
Hello everyone, welcome to our second Hyper Talk, our official launch episode. Mark your
Official
calendars on
launch
June
episode.
5th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
Wait a second. June 5th, 5 a.m. Eastern. I could have swore they said -5 UTC, which meant 5 a.m. Central Time. Unless, well, I guess I'll just take this by word for now. I'll have to look at it, but that means that's 4 a.m. for me. Oh man, it's a little bit earlier than I was expecting, which means I'll probably have to get up at like 3.
Hey guys,
But I am
it's
taking the
Chris.
day off,
Good to see you all
so
again. Thank you so much for
I
the
do expect
enthusiasm with
to
our
be able to
last
be
video.
on
We had over
and streaming
200,000
when the
players
game
across
goes
the
live.
globe, and so much engagement across all of our different social media platforms.
Hopefully I can get rid of
communities,
this
Reddit
like
communities, and more.
this like
During
cough
this
that I
test, we've
cannot
had
get
tons
rid
different
of.
ideas,
But then
suggestions,
I'm already
and more that we've
starting
been
to have to fight it
actively
just for this
monitoring
video.
and
It's
optimizing.
been quite
We're super
annoying.
excited to have you here, and we're ready for launch. Just want to say thank you guys so much again.
Because
We've
yeah,
gathered
I
so
will
much
plan to
useful
stream pretty
gameplay
much
data,
all
and
day
devs are looking
that
into all
day.
this
Until I'm
feedback
basically
you've
out of
given us.
stamina and there's nothing
Balance
left I
and
can
fine-tune
do,
the game
I'm
before
going
launch.
to be
We'll be
streaming
sharing a
Etheria
patch
Restart
notes
on
soon
launch.
on the Discord, so stay tuned for that. Now getting into today's Hyper Talk, we've got some changes and optimizations to talk about from our beta feedback. We've got some new animists joining us, and also some details about our launch celebration
New
crowd,
animus.
which will include incredible giveaways and benefits.
They better bring back an old one.
Now on to
Hoyan.
the questions.
Hoyan was
First
my
up, we'd like
favorite
to address the recent
aesthetically
discussion
of
interviews in
the
RTA.
first beta, but she was not.
This is a
They were
big one,
reworking
and
her
I
on the second
sincerely
one.
apologize for not promptly identifying this and clarifying the misconception.
Oh, this is this about the Dupes?
No, anima are effective across all different
Yeah,
gameplay
okay.
modes in Etheria Restart. We've also designed multiple ways to acquire anima tokens as well
Yeah,
as a
that,
new
I mean,
RTA
I
shop that
fully
wasn't
expected it
in
with the
our last
dupes. The
beta.
big reason a
In
lot
that
of us
RTA
have
shop, you can
said
also
they
obtain
don't
dupes.
matter that much, which I
Moving
still
forward, we'll
don't think the
continue to
dupes
monitor
matter
and optimize
too
this gaming
much.
experience with
Is
anima.
they're just stat
And now
sticks.
for more
Now, of course,
lighthearted topics.
your whales that are gonna
Translation.
max them out immediately
Yep,
are going to get
Etheria
an
has
advantage.
Tons of extensive
but,
story content,
I mean, it is what
characters,
it is.
skill descriptions, and much more. And of course, those are going to come with some challenges.
But they do have a way to farm the
As you guys
dupes.
know, we've
So free to
expanded
play
our
can
localization and
slowly
RTA
work
teams.
their way
You can
towards,
also join
I'm
us on
guessing,
the
maxing
Discord
them.
and make
At least their favorite.
contributions there to get some benefits.
So some other concerns that players have mentioned. Major servers launching all at the same time.
Major
Daily
servers
refresh
launch at the
times
same
not
time.
synchronized across various regions, leading to a lot of players experiencing level lag and delayed feature access.
Of course, different regions will have different reset times for the most convenient experience, but we do encourage players to join the server that is closest to them. What we did notice is that in the first few days, especially
Different
with this
reset
time-gated
times.
content, these progression gaps can be amplified and impact the experience negatively. This is something that will stabilize over time, but
Yeah, it won't be an
on
issue
launch, we
later.
have decided to restrict the RTA cross-region matchmaking so that all of you guys don't have this negative impact with the time gating, and eventually we'll re-enable this.
Oh,
in
okay.
Summit
Well,
and
that's
Fearless
good. I mean,
Arena
because,
once things are
yeah, if they have like in a
stabilized.
5-hour
Many
advantage,
regions
they're already
have
going to
different
been
keyword
playing
names.
for a while
Some people
right
have
when you
been
get
asking if
into.
there will be custom key binding features.
Yes,
But
there will
I
be.
didn't even
Our
touch
developers
real-time
have been
arena
discussing
in the
these
beta.
concerns, and we're
I
prepared
just
to
don't
provide
play
multiple
long enough in
keyboard layout
betas.
schemes.
Not a big
Quicker
fan
movement,
of
skill
playing
casting,
when I know
much
it's going to get
more for a
deleted.
Smoother gaming experience.
On to some other important questions people have asked. So current poll stats combine all banners across limited and permanent banners, but now they will be displayed separately.
We've noticed this, and as Marcus said, it will
Oh,
be
okay.
displayed separately, and we'll also give you the option.
We'll have
to
a
filter out
separate
through
summon
banners
record.
so you
That's
can
good.
see
I
where
didn't
you've
really
been
pay
left
too
or
much
where you're
attention to
missing
that because I
out.
didn't pull too much.
Players have also asked if the pity counter for limited banners carry over to the next limited banner.
Happy to announce this that yes, they do.
Well, yes,
carry
I mean
over.
that.
Pity counters for the same
If they
type of
didn't, there
banner
would have been a
will be
lot of
inverted by
blowback.
next.
It just
This also
wasn't
includes constant
mentioned.
disorder banners, also known
But I
as
fully
LD
expected
banners,
it. It would have
and
been
they
a
have
lot
their
of
own
blowback without
independent
it.
Pity, but they still carry over. Pity counts have also been reduced from 100 to 80 based on feedback that we had
Yep.
during the beta.
Now on to a question about you.
And that was kind of my
Players
last
are
video,
concerned
was,
that
or
English roles
2
are
videos
not
ago, was
very
kind of
big.
about that.
Roles like tank,
I still
DPS,
think the
and
limited
support
ones are going to be
not
better
very
over the
easy.
permanent
Yeah, so in
long
Etheria,
term.
character roles can be quite complex. Same characters can have multiple strategies and builds. We have an example like Tiamat, who you can build as a tank or a DPS. What we do encourage is for players to check out our community guides. We have some sponsored ones like Hell Hades and Pridewind, but also on the Discord there's many player-made guides that can help you out and figure out how to strategize your builds.
Yeah, I tried covering some of them, and I'm gonna start doing some more of them as we get close to release. But my main focus is on how you want to maximize your pulls as well, and getting those characters you want.
Yep, we've received this feedback quite a bit, and we've been discussing ways to implement it. We hope to display more valuable combat information in the future for a better competitive experience, so look forward to that.
I am curious, do characters in Etheria Restart have fixed resistances in battle?
Oh!
Yes, they do. In Etheria's combat system, the hit rate can be increased a maximum of 2 times the skill probability and reduced to a minimum of half the skill probability. There's a fixed resistance.
Wait, let's see.
Meaning.
So I think, okay, I get it. So they're talking about the effect accuracy and debuffs.
Success rates
so there's a cap and a limit. So you can't reduce it to 0 or increase it to 100%. So that's gonna keep there to be a lot of variability in the RTA.
Next on our list is one of the top most asked questions.
Because you're not gonna be able to 100% prevent him.
The overall feedback is that free daily stamina allowance seems a bit low.
Yeah, so after our testing in the beta, we've discovered this issue, and we've decided to increase the free stamina acquisition from daily tasks on launch. This allows free-to-play players to have more stamina to experience more game content
more stamina. Okay.
Faster.
Awesome. And now for another commonly discussed topic.
So that means we'll level up a little bit quicker. I wonder now that my last video might be a little bit different, because my last video was about the stamina system and how you you might want to actually use your in-game crystals to level up quicker so that you're ready for the 2 times event. I would not advise doing that if the amount of stamina we're getting is plenty enough to feel like you're going to be able to get high enough level to get that max gear by the
on feedback threads.
The first 2 times
this
event.
This one has been a mess, but we're hearing you guys. Etheria Restart's goal has always been to include.
Because I'm not going to be too
charming characters.
I'm not going to be too concerned about RTA in the beginning. It's going to be so unbalanced in the beginning, regardless. Just because one, you got the level differences, but the whales. The biggest difference between whales and free to play will initially be the hardest, because they're gonna just have maxed out dupe characters.
What is planned?
They're gonna have every character if they spend enough money. It's gonna be super unbalanced in the beginning regardless. So I'm not as worried about using the crystals just to keep up on the levels. It's more about being able to get the gear with that first event to me. Oh, they're talking about the new ones now.
Okay, but I'm sure you can give us a little bit more detail.
All right. Let's start off with our brand new Animus Mio. We've prepared
a new one.
Introduction to show off her exquisite features.
No.
So let's watch that
the
together.
lowly. Not a fan of lowlies in games. But and it's an SSR. Oh, and she's a new SSR light unit. We had 3 dark. I think we only had 2 light. Is she gonna be turn manipulation? CC and steel turn meter. Oh god, is she gonna be better than Lily? Well, I may have a new target, but skill preview.
Skill 1. Mio inflicts damage on a single enemy with the chance to apply freeze for 1 turn. Skill 2. Mio deals damage to all enemies with a chance to apply freeze for 1 turn. Ultimate skill.
Okay.
Mio deals damage to all enemies, steals all turn meter from the primary target and portions from other targets, distributing it equally among all allies, and applies increased speed to all allies for 2 turns. Mio specializes in freezing opponents and stealing turn meter. Both her first and second skills can keep enemies in a continuous frozen state. By prioritizing her ultimate skill for crowd control and turn meter theft, she creates favorable conditions for her team to act faster. In high-intensity PvP strategic battles, Mio excels as a critical first speed control animus.
Whoa, what was that team there? Wait a second. I think they're just showcasing here. Okay, they have her and the... I want to look at that skill again here. I don't think she's better than Lily, looking at it. What's the cooldown of that last skill? That's going to be the key. I think, because Lily has turn manipulation like in her entire kit. Hers seems way more broken.
Among all allies, and meter free. Mio
Where is it?
Skill 1. Mio
3 turn
inflicts
cooldown.
in a
Oh, that could be very
continuous
good.
frozen state by prioritizing
That could be
her
very
ultimate
good.
skill for crowd control and turn
Because we
meter
have ways
fast.
to reduce
She creates
cooldown.
favorable conditions for her team to act faster. In high-intensity PvP strategic battles, Mio excels as a critical first speed control animus.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's get on to our next animus we'd like to reveal. They're
Man.
known as the powerful Iron
Well, at
Fist
least I have
warrior,
another
Izuki
target from the light
Mikoto.
dark banner.
She's hungry for power, and her strength is her only guarantee of survival in this world.
I love it already. But that can't be the only animus related news.
Oh, they didn't showcase
It's
her
not.
skills.
I guess I can reluctantly share a little bit more. Similar to our beta, our friends Freya and Messiah will be returning as our first raid
Okay.
banners on launch. But speaking of powerful animus, I wonder if anyone remembers someone special who goes by the name of Hoyan, who didn't appear
Oh,
in our
yeah,
recent
that's
beta.
the one I want.
I do slightly
Wait.
remember this, but in this test, there's also a boss with the same name. We've occasionally seen glimpses of her in certain promotions.
So we're fighting her.
Yes, we have. Hoyan still has many secrets waiting to be explored. All of
Dude,
this
she
requires
better be the
hyperlinkers
most
in the
broken one of the
real
game. She's
world
my
to work
favorite
together
one
and assist in
aesthetically.
the Etheria
So
world.
she better
As
be
for exactly
broken.
how to do this, please continue following us for official updates.
Now let's move on to the next topic.
The
How
thing
does
is,
the
she
team
was like
plan
the
to
weakest
design
in
future
the first
activities
beta, even
and
though she was
events
my
if
favorite
any party
looking one.
plans
At least
to
they
do more events
reworked
in the
her.
future?
Yep, there will be. So our design philosophy is to allow hyperlinkers to accumulate items and rewards while relaxing with daily actions to unwind.
More
On launch,
events.
We'll kick off with a
Man,
new event called Shell
there's
Store.
already a
This is
ton of
classic
events.
dice
They are
rolling
throwing a
micro
lot at
game. You
us.
can control your hyperlinker to gather rewards. Just so you guys know, each event will always have different art and designs, bringing unique
Man, it's gonna
surprises
be
each
really
time.
hard with my strategy of
That
how I'm
actually
gonna
sounds
pull
cool.
when I re-roll
I
to
can't wait
not
to
want to
try this.
pull anymore.
Speaking of game modes,
Just
I
to hold
remember the
on
build
and
versus
wait for
build
more
function
banners to
mentioned
come
in
out
previous
in the
tests.
future.
Are there any new updates on this?
Yeah, so this has been one of the most asked questions, and I'm excited to talk about it. Guild vs. Guild United Front is in the final development stage. Let me briefly share a preview. From the interface shown on screen, you can see that the United Front mode requires hyperlinkers to work together in territory battles to earn better rewards. We can't wait for you to experience it.
Heck
Wow,
yeah.
even from that snippet we just saw, it really looks like a fun challenge. Now, I know all of you hardcore RTA players have been waiting for this. Since the final test, RTA
Qualification.
rankings have been finalized. When will the EWS qualifications be announced?
That's an excellent question. We've just
Yeah, I ain't too
completed
worried about
qualification
this.
rankings for the final
I'm not hardcore
It's
into
displayed
real
on the
time.
screen now
I'll play
for
it
the
out,
players who
have some
have
fun
earned
with
the
it.
EWS
I'll get
2025
wrecked.
qualification
I play too
through
many
ranking.
different gacha games
We've
to like
also notified all of these
singly
players about
focus on
specific
trying to be the best of the best
participation methods via
in a
email.
game like this,
Don't miss
or
out on
spend the
messages
money
on
to be the best of the
upcoming
best.
EWS.
I already spent enough in Girls
Additionally,
Frontline for that.
on Etheria's launch, we'll provide qualification opportunities again on the ranking settlement information. Specific rules will be announced in the future on our official platforms. We welcome all hyperlinkers to join the EWS arena and become the ultimate competitive champions.
Wow, time sure flew by really quickly. We're already at the end of today's video.
Indeed. Etheria's official launch we've been eagerly awaiting is finally coming. Hyperlinkers, don't forget that Etheria's global launch will be on June 5th, 2025.
June
This will be on
5th.
PC, Android, and iOS platforms. Pre-registration is currently underway, so if you haven't done that yet, head to our website to receive pre-registration rewards for launch.
There's also a redemption code available at launch, Etheria0605. Make sure to join
Oh.
our Discord.
Whoa, was it? Wait. Okay, so we did get a code. Is if it's anything like the beta one, that's a 10 pull. Because if remember, one thing I talked about with the re-rolling is we had 80 pulls or plus 80 pulls on the beta. I'm gonna guess that's a 10 pull, but we had 3 codes. So right now, if we kind of say everything else is the same, that means 60 pulls at this point for re-rolls. We'll have to see. But 60 pulls is really good if we at least get that for the re-roll process.
0605. Make sure to join our Discord and follow our social media for future updates and free in-game resources.
I'm gonna guess there's gonna be
Cool,
more.
Thank you, Marcus.
I'm hoping.
That concludes today's
So-
Hyper Talk. If you have any more questions,
That
please
is
join our
good to
discussions
see.
on our Discord and Reddit communities. See you all on June 5th for Etheria's launch. Take care, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, that is it. Yeah, overall, good to see. We've got new characters. I mean, when I say I'm playing, like, I'm going to kind of go the waifu direction in this game. Of course, they bring a loli in. That's not a waifu in my opinion, but her kit is, I mean, kit looks really good. Definitely not better than Lily's, though. I don't think. But, I mean, anything turn manipulation and CC and PvP is going to be really good. So, definitely probably a target. So when re-rolling, this gives you an additional target from the light dark banner that you can. So it'll actually make it a little bit easier because you can be happy with like her, Lily, Doki Doki. The only one I think people really aren't too happy about is I forget her name, but the dot girl. So we'll kind of have to see with her what people's thoughts are on her. I don't think she's better than Lily because her biggest time manipulation is tied to only her last skill, and Lily's is like through her entire kit. Although hers seems really big. I mean, Lily's is good, but hers had, if I remember what it showed here, it had, let's see, yeah, so 300 damage to all enemies, 65% chance to steal their turn meter by 50%. Okay, so the way they stated it, they said all of it. Okay, it's only 50% and distribute 25% from other targets among allies and grant plus speed. I mean, this is huge. And I mean, so she's going to want a lot of effect accuracy, and their counters basically having effective defense. But like they said, there's already a cap there. So there's no way to 100% prevent it, but there's no way to 100% guarantee it. But I mean, it's a high rate, a 65% chance. That's pretty good. And it's 50%. I mean, it's an all around massive buff tied to it. Plus, you have the CC here, so you're freezing them as well. So who knows? She might end up being better than Lily, especially for PvP. And then you have, yeah, it's got a turn cooldown in the beginning. It's going to be a 4, but once you level it up, it's going to reduce it by 1. So it's effectively going to be a 3-turn cooldown. So, and then you have other ways to reduce cooldown. I think she can be really broken in the right setup, looking at it. They didn't show anything on the other character, though. But overall, she's going to be a good target. Man, that just means another person I have to wait for. Because there's no way I'm going to get lucky enough to get all the light dark units on rerolling. I'm hoping if I can get really lucky, because I plan to reroll all day, get 2 of them. But the odds are I'll probably only get 1 of them and then get lucky on like another 1 or 2 of the normal units. Because I don't plan to reroll all day because I want to be able to do all the content before reset. Or I will really start to fall behind at that point. So we'll kind of have to see. But overall, it looks pretty good. I'm ready for Hoyan to come back. It does sound like Hoyan's probably going to be on the next, like a new unit or debut banner versus coming out on launch. Because it looks like she's going to be a boss. Definitely one of my favorites in terms of looks. And so I will 100% be getting her. They're reworking her kit. I liked her kit before, but apparently it sucked when people tested it out. But 100% getting her. So I'll have to save up my pulls for sure. Which I'll have plenty. Since I'm re-rolling, I'll definitely have plenty for her when she comes out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, overall looks pretty good. I am ready for launch. I'm going to be amping up videos all the way up to launch. It's been a little bit slow because it's kind of the end of the beta through it. I've made a couple videos here and there. But this was kind of the big video I was waiting for, just because it always sucks making a video on, hey, do this when something could change. And so now this is the final video for launch. So we kind of have all the ideas of how things are going to work. I have a good feeling with that code. We're looking at least 60 polls on launch for reroll, which is a really good start. Because with soft pity at 50, that gives you really good odds of at least always getting a single unit every single reroll. Because going that deep in the soft pity is good. Which means if you're one of those people that's like, I don't need to get like the best of the best reroll, you can at least guarantee a specific unit pretty easily with that kind of odds. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I will continue to make some videos as we lead up to launch. I'm taking that Thursday off, so even though it's going to be really early in the morning, I will be streaming the game on launch. So as long as I'm not sick, this cough has been just nagging me. So I'll be probably taking a bunch of stuff to hopefully suppress it quite a bit, because it's a struggle to stream for a long period of time with it right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like my content, if you can like, comment, subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.